Okay. So I think we will make a start. It's probably uh, roughly about the kind of expected audience that we were planning for. So good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be learning about understanding Microsoft licenses in Planner Premium. So just before we make a start, a few items of housekeeping. Firstly, if you could just remain muted throughout the session. There is going to be a sort of question and answer towards the end of the session. So we're hoping it's a 30-minute webinar today. We'll try and put the Q&A sort of around that 30-minute mark if you wanted to come off chat and answer some questions. Alternatively, if you do have any questions throughout, I've got my colleagues on the call available who will help you as well. So up to you, save it to the end or ask in the Teams Q&A chat, and hopefully that will be answered straight away. So this is going to be recorded. I think there was already a question in the chat about will this be made available? Yes. So anyone that attends this session today, we will make this available to you after the presentation. And the final one, just the contents of this webinar. So it is the sort of IP of CPS and Microsoft. Just to make you aware, obviously avoid reposting that if you could, or without consent from CPS. Okay, so just quick introduction. Based on the screen there, so my name's Sam Whitehouse. I'm the Modern Work Management Team Lead here at CPS. So I look after a team of consultants that focus on anything to do with work management within the Microsoft stack. We'll talk a little bit more about what work management means in terms of the tooling a little bit later. But we do everything from the start of a consultant journey. So what do organizations mean in terms of work management? Help them define those requirements, run all the way through to building a solution to meet those requirements, and then kind of support and training alongside of that. So really the kind of whole journey from getting organizations on the digital platform within the work management space at Microsoft. If you do have so I'm on LinkedIn if you wanted to reach out there as well, if you wanted to scan that QR code. So just a little bit about CPS. This won't take too long on these slides. We'll crack into it in a second. So just a few accolades there in terms of who CPS are and what we do. We do focus, so our team specifically focus on modern work management, but actually we do have consultants in all of the different digital pillars from Microsoft, which I'll go on into in a second. We've got lots of MVPs. We've been nominated for Partner of the Year a number of times with Microsoft. And we also do a lot of projects, work delivery in both the public and private spaces as well. So again, we're going to focus on obviously the work management side of Microsoft. There are several different pillars of this digital transformation journey that you can go on as an organization, whether that be cloud transformations, unified comms, so teams, business applications, etc. All of these different pillars CPS do. Again, we're the work management team, so we focus on the work management tools of Microsoft. But if you were interested in any other of these pillars, speaking to us about them, seeing how we can help, we can point you in the right direction. Okay, so just before I start, I have a couple of polls to put out to the wider audience. I'm just going to share that now. There we go. Thanks, Stella. So the first question is, what tools do you use? We've talked about modern work management. Actually, a lot of us typically don't write things down on pen and paper anymore. We use the tools to help us. So what tools do you use? Is it Excel? Do you use maybe Teams, To Do, projects? So just getting some answers now. So Planner seems to be the big one. Which is good because lots of the conversation topics are going to be about Planner. So we've got a couple of projects for the webs, Excel, email flags. There we go. So yeah, lots and lots of work management. Loop, we've got some Trello as well, and hopefully you can all see the word cloud on your screens as well. So I think the answer from the audience is a lot, right? We use a lot of work management tools. As an organization, that can potentially be difficult. How do we get the data and the insights around the work that we're doing and the progress of that work to make those informed decisions? So hopefully by the end of this, you'll learn a little bit more about the tools available to maybe streamline some of them, or actually if there's tools that you might think are a little bit more useful, a bit more features, that might then change the tools that you may want to work with. I'm going to put out a second poll, so there is only two. How confident are you with the Microsoft licensing structure for work management? So a lot of users, I guess a lot of you on the call today probably just use Excel, Planner, Word without actually kind of needing to know about licenses. But actually, as enterprises, organizations get a little bit mature in how they manage work, there's this thought in the back of your mind around actually, do we need to be licensed? Have I got the licenses for that? So just a quick poll around the confidence levels of everyone for that. Okay. So we've just got a couple of people respond. So we're averaging, so out of the kind of 5 stars, people are kind of in the middle. Okay, so, kind of know that we need licensing because that's how Microsoft works, licensing organization. Maybe a little bit of knowledge around the license suite, but actually there's maybe a little bit of a gap. So that's what we're here to do today, to hopefully try and bridge that gap and get a little bit more of an understanding of how the licenses works. Okay, cool. So if we talk about the kind of state of work management, there are some stats that Microsoft have produced around this. So 59% of employers say their collaboration tools are not aligned with how their teams prefer to work. So actually what that means is teams are working, teams are doing their work, but actually each team is different, right? We see this every day where we speak to organizations and ask them their preferred method, whether that be more agile, more hands-on, more more waterfall style, etc. We're all different. Teams prefer to work differently, and actually we can see with this stat that when organizations force tools on individuals, or organizations maybe don't have the tools available for individuals to work how they like, it can cause problems. The second big pillar, so 64% of employees say that collaboration tools don't actually integrate with their processes. So work doesn't happen in silo. Lots of other things happen. When you manage work, when you manage projects, you've got documentation, you've got risks, you've got issues, you've got financials, you've got third-party systems, and actually tools typically don't talk to one another. So hopefully by the end of this, you'll see that some of the Microsoft tools actually can help you with that. And the final pillar is, 72% of employees wish their collaboration tools were compatible with one another. So similar to the second pillar, let's get the tools talking to each other. So how have Microsoft aimed to address this? Well, they've really looked at the tools that they've got available and made sure that those tools can A, function better, and B, start talking to each other. So the way we typically describe this to customers is you've got two elements of the work management platform. So the first area, and all of this is now going to be in Microsoft Teams. So the way that Microsoft are pushing organizations is to work in teams, Microsoft Teams groups, etc. And that is also where Planner is going to be housed. Okay. Previously, you'll have seen, if you go to Microsoft Teams, you might see a little icon on your left-hand side that says Tasked by Planner. That's going to be renamed to just Planner now. So there's two primary two tools that actually sit within Planner. You've got Planner and you've got To Do. So typical use cases for why you would create a plan or maybe a to-do list of activities. Firstly, for your personal activity. Okay, so you've come out of a meeting, you've got some actions you need to do, you need to review a document, all of those good stuff. Historically, just individuals will manage them in a to-do list or maybe in their own planner boards. Okay, so that's not changing. But actually, what is changing is how you access that data. Okay, so it's all going to be in Teams, as we'll see in a second in the demo. What else is it good for? So recurring work, you know, HR, finance, marketing teams that have onboarding, monthly drum beats, tasks and activities. Really good to set up a plan and to manage that recurring work. As well as personal activity, you know, we use it in our team, so we have a planner board set up. Whenever we've got tasks and activity that needs to be spread across our team, we've got a planner area that achieves that. And also, again, historically, based on you know the lack of there being a tool to support this, short and informal projects. So it is a fully fledged Kanban tool. So you can use Planner to manage your tasks and activity with projects. So really, what we're the kind of new tooling, the new area of Planner is called Planner Premium. So really what Planner Premium is all of the stuff from Planner and To Do, but with additional functionality. So what you can do with your Planner boards currently is you've got the option to upgrade the Planner board to a Planner Premium. So what does this now give you? It gives you the ability to manage larger and more complex projects. Okay, so where you've got those sort of smaller informal projects that actually there's not many dependencies, you don't really have to worry about resources or you know, you don't need to produce reporting. Planner and To Do is great for that, but actually for these bigger projects where you need to manage things again like dependencies, dependencies across your activities, you know, you need to measure goals, etc. This is really where the Planner Premium features start to come in. Okay. So large and complex projects, maybe projects where you need some more advanced features. We'll go onto the feature list in a second. Copilot. So super exciting. For those of you that don't know, Copilot is Microsoft's AI assistant effectively. So what you can start to use Copilot for, again, we'll see that in a demo in a second, is for management of your tasks and activity. So it can be used for lots and lots of scenarios, as we'll see a little bit later. For those that want to start thinking about managing projects in a bit more of a formal, in more of a formal way, so maybe as a kind of waterfall style or a sprint-based approach to managing projects, this is where features of Planner Premium can come in. So we're not just talking about a list of stuff, we're actually adding dependencies, we're defining critical paths, and also we're looking at sprint planning, you know, backlogs and all of that good stuff. So what's going to change for you? In Teams, you're now going to have a central area where all of your to-do items and all of your planner boards are going to be. And for any of those planner boards or for a new planner board that you create, you'll have the option to upgrade to Planner Premium, which gives you the ability to have these advanced features. What Planner Premium also gives you is the ability to, I guess, take that a step further. And everything that we've spoken about at the moment is really based on tasks and activity. Okay, but actually a project isn't just tasks and activity, it's risks, it's document management, it's resource allocation. There's a whole web of additional activity that is needed to manage that project. So what you can do with Planner Premium is you can move to the Power Platform where you get the ability to build out almost a bespoke solution tailored to what it is you need. Okay, so you still get, when you create a planner board or when you create a project, you still get all of the features, all the scheduling features, but what you can then do is you can build out a professional project management system. So this is aimed at organizations that really want to focus on a portfolio of projects. Okay, so it's not just, oh, I'm going to just create planner boards and it's a little bit uncontrolled. I want a little bit more governance over what the projects are, how they're managed, and actually, if I want to track and manage through things like lifecycle gates, I can do that as well. This is also the area where you look at some kind of cross-project tool or cross-tooling requirements. So integration with third parties, all of that good stuff as well. Worth a note, we won't focus on these too much today. There are additional Microsoft work tools. So Project Online, some of you might be familiar with. That's the kind of, I guess, the legacy project tool. Microsoft are slowly but surely transitioning to Planner Premium. Project Operations, so that is a fully fledged tool pre-configured that's aimed at professional services organizations. So if you do want a little bit more information about that, you can reach out to us afterwards. And finally, DevOps. So Azure DevOps is another tool as well, a little bit more of the development side of things. So if we talk about the features, so what's actually the difference between the tools? So I've mentioned them a little bit in the previous slide, but actually when we talk about what do I get as a user? So when I create a planner and a to-do item, I get grid boards, I get some task assignments, so I can assign tasks to people. I get some basic charts, I get some labels, some checklists, some comments. Okay, so all of the stuff that everyone hopefully is all familiar with. When I upgrade to Planner Premium, I've got Copilot. I can start to track project goals on within the system. So what that is defining, what are the outputs of these projects, and then I can link tasks to those specific goals or outputs, and then see how they're tracking and progressing. I've got dependency management. I can start to play around with some conditional formatting. So I can format different columns, and I've got the ability to have, RAG statuses on tasks, and I can color them in. And also I've got task history. So I can look back historically at the updates that people have been providing about these tasks and see, the status quo of that task. When you move, or if you wanted to build your own PPM solution, the list gets even bigger. So all of the features that you get from Planner Premium, plus you can build out your own risks, issues, actions lists, lessons learned. You can build out custom business flows. So when you have a project, you can actually progress that through a life cycle and have different data and fields required. You can report on that data. So you can use Power BI to actually get all the information that you need through the tooling. It's got custom security. You can have third-party integration and also project lifecycle management, as we've spoken about. So if we just have a look at that as a demo, hopefully the sound will work on your screen, but we're just going to do a quick demo of this new planner capability.
The new Planner app in Microsoft Teams, coming in early 2024, allows you to see all of your work across Microsoft 365 in a single location. Keeping intelligence at its core, Planner also includes the power of AI with new Copilot features to help you get started and stay on top of all of your work. In Planner, you have the freedom to create different types of plans based on the complexity of your projects. Start with a basic plan for your simple projects using the planner experience included in Microsoft 365, or create a premium plan for enhanced project management capabilities like task dependencies, goal setting, and additional customizations. Get started using one of the templates like Project Budget, Sprint Retrospective, or Goals and Objectives, or start with a blank plan to create any plan that you need. For now, let's start with a basic plan just for yourself. Here, you can plan out your own work, like a career plan or a personal to-do list, or start drafting work for an upcoming team project, like a marketing campaign. All of the tasks are visible in the different views. Grid view to see tasks in a simple list, board view to see tasks grouped by different fields, schedule view to see when each task will be worked on, or charts view to get a quick understanding of your plan's progress. When you need to share with others, you can easily do so by adding team members to the plan. Or if you have an existing group, simply add that group. Once the plan is shared, it's simple to assign work to the correct people so everyone can quickly get started on their tasks. The Planner app in Microsoft Teams is designed to grow with you. So if you discover that you need additional functionality beyond what's offered in a basic plan, it's easy to try out premium features. In just a few clicks, you can get started using a premium template and get access to all premium capabilities. With premium plans, you also have access to the power of AI with Copilot, which can help you save time by creating relevant tasks quickly. Simply tell Copilot what you would like to accomplish, and it will add a set of tasks to your plan. Premium plans also give you access to a range of advanced project management capabilities, like goal setting, so everyone knows what you are working towards and how their work will have impact. You can also set dependencies between your tasks and see the full timeline for your project in a Gantt chart format, which includes the critical path for your plan. Organize your tasks into sprints to manage work in an agile way. Easily load balance work across your team using PeopleView. And customize your plan by adding custom fields to tasks, conditional coloring on the grid view, and even set custom working calendars so tasks are only scheduled on the days you work. You can easily find any of your plans in the My Plans page, where all of your plans will be organized for easy access. For even quicker discovery, pin your favorite plans so you can open them from anywhere within the app. You can also quickly see all the work that is assigned to you by heading to the My Tasks page, where there is a list of tasks you are responsible for, no matter where they were assigned to you in the Microsoft 365 ecosystem. Finally, use the My Day view to stay focused on what you need to accomplish today. Here, you will see any tasks that are due the same day, along with any tasks that you choose to add, so you remember to stay focused on them. And for frontline organizations, Planner offers task publishing to centrally define tasks, quickly distribute work at scale, and monitor results across your organization. To learn more about how Planner can help serve frontline organizations, visit aka.ms/task publishing in Planner. Using the new power of Copilot to get started on a new project faster than ever, and with all of your tasks in one place, it's never the new Planner app in Microsoft.
Okay, so hopefully that was all exciting for everyone. The Microsoft Planner solution is going to be in your tenants starting from April. So this is the kind of new view really that you'll get with that experience. Just conscious of time, I am going to show you as well. I did mention that if you wanted to, you can actually build out this PPM system. So I'm just going to open up an example of a system that CPS have built and just take you through a quick view of that and what additions that you are able to access with your licenses. So this is historically it's a project for the web, but this can be classed as Planner Premium. But what we can see here is, you know, not just work in the platform is actually I've built out custom timesheets. So I've pre-configured a list of all timesheets that I can then provide status updates to the projects around the time that I've actually booked as an individual to tasks. So I get assigned a tasks in my planner boards, and I can then provide actuals against a particular timesheet. I can build and configure project views. So if I go to my project area here, I can actually see a list of all of the projects in this environment, along with some metadata around the projects, what they are, and I can open a project, and I've got a number of different tabs. So again, this is really where you take Planner from just a task tool to a fully fledged project management system where you have data against projects. By clicking on the schedule, I'll get taken to my planner board. So again, think of this as kind of a built out planner version. So I've got all of the capabilities from planner. And I've got other stuff such as, you know, risk issues, change, etc. So I can start to log additional activities against that. And then all of that can be pulled in through reporting through Power BI. So again, I'm just conscious of time, probably don't have time to go into this in too much detail, but just really showing you the types of things that you can get by having this kind of Planner Premium license. So some nice reports around my portfolio of projects. So let's talk about the licensing. So what is it that you need for a license to be able to do these activities? So the way that licensing depends on who you are, what your role is within the organization. So if we start with being able to actually access that planner app and do stuff within it, as you can see on screen, with your Microsoft 365 licenses, so as we can see here, you can effectively view any plan in Teams. So even if you don't have a project plan license, you still have the ability to view plans and also create and edit tasks. So as a team member, you only really need your project plan licenses if you were to want to go into the next kind of tier, which is create and edit plans. Okay, so team member licenses or your standard Microsoft 365 licenses, so your E1s, E3s, etc. You actually can do a fair bit. You can view plans, you can create and edit tasks and activities within planner plans. You really have to go to the project plan licenses if you want to do things like define backlogs and sprints, whether you want to define project goals, whether you want to do some of the more advanced features such as things like Copilot or dependency management. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that on the screen for just one more second if you wanted to maybe take a screenshot or just have a little bit more of a look at that. Just note that from a reporting point of view, the data, if you want to create your own custom reports, you can do, but you'll need a Plan 1 license to be able to create them. So again, with your Microsoft licenses that you probably currently already have, it does actually give you quite a lot of features. Project managers will effectively be licensed separately, so they'll either need a 1, 3, or 5. If you don't have any kind of current requirement to use project roadmaps, which is a feature that allows you to define relationship or define a roadmap and link tasks from Project for the Web and Azure DevOps, then actually Project Plan 1 licenses will be sufficient for you. Just to note as well, Copilot, while it's not officially announced, Copilot usage will be Project Plan 3 is the current thinking behind that. So what does licenses look like if you wanted to build out your own custom application? So again, for team members, you do need a higher tier of Microsoft license to be able to view and update tasks. So you will need an E3 and an E5 or an E5 license, or the education and GCC counterparts. But if you do have Microsoft e-license, you also have the ability to view all of the tasks in the schedule, and actually you can update tasks that you've been assigned to. Again, transitioning from your team members to your project managers, risk managers, your PMOs, roles, etc. This is where the project licenses start to kick in. So the ability to create and edit plans and projects or contribute towards raid lists, or being able to progress effectively to use the tool in anger. So you're not just a viewer, you're actually someone that's going to be contributing towards data within that area. That's where your project plan licenses again start to kick in. The way that Microsoft have licensed the system is actually based on your table usage. So if you have a custom system, a custom environment in the Power Platform, and you build out 5 custom tables, so you want to track lessons learned, you want to track cross-project dependencies. If you have a system that has 5 custom tables, users that will be contributing towards that will need Project Plan 1. Project Plan 3 licenses is is for when you've got up to 15 custom tables, and Project Plan 5 is unlimited. We don't really see Project Plan 5 used too much anymore. To be honest, historically, it was part of the Project Online licenses. But the way that Microsoft have thought about the licenses for how this is used within a custom app is that the bigger the app, the more complex the app, the more licenses you'll be required to have. Okay, so 5 for Project Plan 1, and again, that's your kind of lessons learned, RAID items, etc. If you're building out those custom tables, you'll need to be appropriately licensed to use them. And of course, any kind of reporting requirements through Power BI, you will also need a Power BI license, as mentioned at the top. Okay, so hopefully that's helped in terms of Microsoft's thinking around work management and also the licenses required for you to be able to operate them. Typically, to make it easy for a lot of users, we say your standard Microsoft licenses will get you kind of viewer access and you can contribute. Project Plan 3 licenses, again, are more for formal project management or users wishing to be able to start to use those more advanced project management features. So just a slide before we go into the Q&A around how CPS can help. So we do cover a lot of areas in this PPM space. Lots of our projects are around proof of concept development of systems. We do offer an out-of-the-box kind of fixed price solution accelerator that is almost like a pre-built solution. We do offer kind of pilot programs and training, etc. as well. So if you do want to reach out about how CPS can support you in this journey and how we can support you in your digital journey in the modern work management space, reach out to us and we can help. We also offer a 45-minute free consultation. So again, if you are thinking about how do I as an organization improve my portfolio of projects, or how do I standardize my processes from a work management point of view, reach out to us and see how we can offer some support. Okay, apologies for going over. I think we're 4 minutes or so over, but thank you everyone for attending. There's just a couple more bullet points here around if you are interested. We've got a few upcoming events that you can find on the CPS website. Follow us on LinkedIn and X, formerly Twitter, there as well. So we've still got a few individuals on the call. I am going to stop and break out for the Q&A session. If anyone does have any questions that haven't already been answered, or you want to come on the mic and ask some questions, feel free to do so now.
Around timesheets, obviously they're part of the custom tables. Are you able to update timesheets without a license through Project Planner?
So if it depends on where you create that timesheet data. So we have built solutions for customers where the timesheet data is held outside of the system, but kind of built so it looks like it's integrated. So there are definitely options for, I guess, working around the licenses, but also not breaching them as well. So the kind of purest solution is you will need the tables, and ultimately that will require project licenses. But actually, again, there's ways around that. So again, store your data in SharePoint, etc. Hopefully that has answered the question.
Yeah, I guess I need to find out where my tables have been built.
Yeah, yeah. If it's stored in Dataverse, then it's probably you'll need the licenses for that. If you've built the solution in kind of SharePoint or something like that, you should be fine. But again, happy to kind of reach out and have that conversation after this call.
Thanks.
So if you have, say, more than 15 tables, does the administrator just have to have a plan 5 for everybody to get access to those extra tables, or does everyone have to have a plan 5 license?
Everyone.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, Sam. Thanks, obviously, for running through all of that. I think it was really useful. I don't know if I've missed something here, so apologies if this is a stupid question, but obviously you've got Planner in its current form as an app that you can use within Teams. You've then got Project as an app that you can use within Teams as well, that I've kind of been having a bit of a go with. So when the Planner Premium comes in, is that going to effectively replace the Project Teams app that there is there at the moment, or is this like a third one that's then going to come in between Planner and Project? Because it feels like I don't understand the difference between Planner Premium and the Project app.
So effectively, the Project app or Project for the Web is going to become Planner Premium. So you'll have a basic Planner board, or you'll have a Planner Premium board or plan or project, or however you want to kind of refer it to, which is for kind of task and schedule management. But what you also get as part of the licenses is you can build out your own custom application with all of the Planner features plus extra stuff. So that, I guess their thinking was that, some organizations, actually quite a lot of organizations, they don't have this kind of formal requirement to build out a fully fledged PPM system, right? They just want to manage tasks. So it's still the same, it's still Planner, but it's almost Planner, but you can kind of extend and build it out with the licenses.
Right. The scenario that I'm looking at is at the moment we've got a lot of people using Trello, and it's all just separate boards, or sometimes it's a board that is not probably being used in the proper way. So I'm actually looking to migrate everybody from Trello and whatever else they're using into Planner. But then there's the whole question around resourcing and how that ties in, because obviously at the moment, Planner is just a singular project that exists within a singular Kanban board. If you assign people to stuff on that, it doesn't have any sense of an overall resourcing picture, which is why I've been looking at the project app within Teams, and then started to look at Project Online kind of in addition to that. But
so the kind of app is probably what you'll more likely need. So so this is the kind of solution that we've built out, and it has so with Planner, you're absolutely right. With a Planner board, you can't export. It doesn't have this concept of resource demand or resource. The data is just not there. But in Planner Premium areas, they've kind of given us the ability to get that data and produce MI and reporting. So if we have a look at some of the resource reports that you could get around capacity and demand and all that good stuff, that's where you would probably want to move to. It's still Planner Premium, but it's using the custom app to get this kind of view where you've got, this is just an example of across the date series. I think there's poor data in it. It's the dev environment, but you've got your demand of all of your individuals from all of your different Planner Premium boards, and then this capacity line is the capacity of your team. So you can get the data from that to produce these types of reports around capacity and demand.
Right, and that's then done within. What's this within? Sorry, this is within.
So this is where just going back to the slides. This is where you've got your so when we're referring to this kind of Power Platform and Teams area here, where you're building it out using that.
Okay, great. Thank you for taking through all of that. Very helpful.
Morning, Sam.
Hi, James.
We've taken on Project for the Web, and one of the questions I asked in the Q&A, which hasn't been answered, is there going to be any direct link between Project for the Web and Planner, or Planner and Project for the Web, or would it need this extra app that you're talking about, which is
So
because Planner does look very project for the webby. I know that's not a great word. And I was just, is there that correlation going to be there, or is it going to be something else that we'd have to build in and potentially buy?
So the system that's that you've got, and also if you look here, that this is project for the web. Effectively, Microsoft are just rebranding project for the web to Planner. So that you've currently got the Planner. It's just a name change effectively. So the custom app that you can build out using the Planner licenses is exactly the same. There'll be no changes when all of the new Planner stuff comes through. It's just just a name change really. So project for the web's becoming Planner Premium.
Yeah. So sorry. What I mean is obviously using project for the web, you're assigning tasks, you're doing all that stuff within project for the web.
Yep.
Will that import into Planner Teams? Will there be that link, or will it need something in between, like your accelerator or a separate app to do that?
So the data that the data that's stored in this area, so in this kind of Planner app and Teams, when you create a Planner plan or a Planner Premium plan, that data is kind of separate from the data in here. So that the custom app that you've got is a controlled set of data. So when you create a project in there, it's siloed to that area. Whereas
Right.
in here,
Okay.
it's in a different kind of it's in a different area effectively. It's in your default environment basically. So they are separated.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's no direct link between the two then. So if we were wanting to have things done within Microsoft Teams, we would need to look at something else to link those two together.
Yeah, I mean, so when you have under the bonnet from an architecture point of view, a planner board and to-do activities are stored within somewhere that Microsoft don't give us access to. When you upgrade to Planner Premium, what it does is it creates a project in your default environment in Dynamics.
Yep.
So you can actually sort of see that data, and in theory, using something like Power Automate or something, move that across to this environment here. Or you can have maybe a Power BI report that says all of your controlled environments plus all of your custom Planner Premium items that have been created. So there are a couple of ways to do it. I guess the key thing and the key answer is not out of the box, not without some kind of solution to link the two together.
All right. Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks, James. Daniel.
So project for the web is being rebranded into Planner Premium. Does this mean that the URL for project.microsoft.com will be changing to, I don't know, planner.microsoft.com/premium or something new? Will we have to basically update our I imagine it might redirect, but and also you were talking about Planner Premium creating in the default environment, because at the moment in Project for the Web, on the main project website, if you have alternative environments, it's not possible to say create a project directly in a sandbox environment from the web interface. Is that something that's planned in Planner Premium? I know that was multiple questions, but thank you.
Sure. So to answer the first one, it's actually the same question that we asked Microsoft the other day when we were speaking to them in our regular catch up. So I imagine it's going to be a redirect initially until it's changed to planner.microsoft.com. So as soon as we kind of find out that, we'll let you know. In terms of the second question, there's nothing on the roadmap for Microsoft to change the kind of project.microsoft.com homepage to allow you to select, create a project and then select which environment that goes in. So it'll still be in the default environment there. The only way to create a project in a non-default environment, a named environment, will be to go to that environment and click on new project, etc. Or to use, again, something like Power Automate to create that for you and push it there automatically.
Understood. Thank you.
Thanks, Daniel. Cool. So we'll hang fire on the call until obviously everyone's dropped off. Again, feel free to come on the mic, or if you've got any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If not, thank you everyone for your time. It's been really really good session. Good to hear from some of our existing customers as well. And yeah, hope you have a nice day, and hopefully speak to you all soon.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.